What's up, fam? Kids, friends, strangers. What episode is this?
5.
5. Episode 5.
Bringing it to you live.
Bring it to, yeah, there you go. I like that.
From inside our home on wheels.
We are inside, and why is that?
Just because we were thinking maybe some of our viewers would like to see what our home on wheels is like. And
just more, well, that plus it's really windy outside right now, and we don't have a very good microphone. If someone would love to donate some money to us or buy us a nice microphone, we
take Venmo.
We take Venmo, or you can mail a check, but I don't know where you'd mail it to.
Mail it to my mom. She'll have it all figured out.
There you go.
Yeah.
But Venmo is the best.
Yeah.
So that's why we're inside. It's too windy out. We're coming to you live from Alabama, where it is beautiful blue skies, but it's 60
mid-60s today.
Barely 60 degrees, and it's going to get down to like 32 tonight. Who'd have thought? Alabama.
They said it doesn't usually get this cold. It's just kind of a cold front going through. But
it's beautiful out there.
Yeah. We've been on a few hikes. It's so nice. So we'll tell you about that next time.
Yeah, but this video is not about Alabama. It is about Nashville, Tennessee. Which
is not the country capital of the world. Steve kind of dreaded going there because he thought it was going to be all country music.
Now, last video you learned one of my pet peeves is, or things I can't stand, is line dancing. The other one is I'm not a huge fan of country music at all.
He doesn't know what he's missing. Yeah.
I do know, and I don't like it. I'll dabble into like Zach Brown. I'll dabble into Kenny Chesney. I'll dabble into Caroline Jones, which she's not as popular as the other two. But what those three, Mac McAnally, I'll dabble into that. But what do those people have in common?
Jimmy Buffett.
That's right. They've played with Jimmy Buffett. So
I'll broaden your horizons. I'm working on it.
It's not worked yet.
Okay, let's tell them about Nashville. We stayed at a KOA. We arrived on Sunday.
Stop right there. We had a question from one of our loyal viewers. What does KOA stand for?
Oh. Campgrounds of America.
That's right.
But you spell it with a K instead of a C.
That's right. And, yeah.
Okay.
So that's where we stayed. We're actually like members there, and you get kind of a little bit of a discount. And there's three tiers. If you're not familiar with KOA, there's 3 tiers of KOA. They've got like, it's called Journey,
Good, Better, and Best.
Yeah, Holiday and
Resort.
So as you move up, Journey they're okay. They're good for like 1-2 days. They're not like a resort. And then Holiday is better. And then the resort is like a true resort. So, of course, it gets more expensive too as you go up.
So this one was a journey.
It was a journey.
It was very nice.
Yeah, it was okay.
No, it was very nice. I'm working on your positivity too.
No, I'm just being honest. I'm positively honest. Well, I don't want to give out false impressions.
I would recommend the place.
Well, yes and no. We found out that there's so we were in the KOA east of Nashville. There's a KOA north of Nashville that's a little bit closer, and they actually have shuttles that go into town, so you don't have to drive into town, which is not. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't great either. So it was okay. If you can't get into the north, KOA north, the east is fine. Mm-hmm. But there's lots of campgrounds everywhere.
About a half an hour into downtown Nashville from the KOA we stayed at, which was in Lebanon, East Lebanon.
Right. So, yeah, it was good. I got some pictures up. I did make a tour of the campground. I did it with my truck. So I posted that on YouTube. So you can see that if you go to our channel.
Okay. Of course, we arrived a little early. When we travel on Sundays, we typically arrive a little early because of the Bills games. And they let us in early, so we snuck in, got set up quick, and connected with the Bills game. Got to watch the Bills game outside.
And who did they play?
The Dolphins. Yeah.
I almost feel bad for Miami because they just Josh Allen owns them.
Yeah.
He's their daddy.
Yeah, they suck. Okay. Then after the game, actually the game was winding down early in the third quarter. We were like, well, we can keep watching the game. And we did. We watched close to the end.
Yeah, I mean, it was a spanking. I mean, Allen got AFC Player of the Week, which he deserves. He's
had 3 touchdowns.
He's gotten like...
Matt Milano's amazing.
I saw today that Allen, I can't remember, they've played like, in the last 12 times, Allen's gotten AFC Player of the Week 5 times at the Dolphins game. So he just...
Okay, anyway, we're on to Nashville.
Makes me happy.
So we realized we were going to be able to leave as soon as the game was done and head out to a winery that I'd been to before with my friend Julie a couple years ago, and it's called Arrington Winery, and it was about a half an hour, 40 minutes from the campground. I couldn't wait to take Steve there because, well, we like to drink wine, and it's a beautiful, beautiful setting. It's kind of like a small state park. It's just this expansive winery. It has a barn, a big barn with live entertainment, usually like a bluegrass band playing, and then you can go through the barn and get your tasting, your flight, or buy your wine, and then you go out into the field in front of the barn where the band is playing, and there are tons and tons of picnic tables with big umbrellas, and families have spread out blankets and having picnics and listening to the music and dancing, and so we did that and watched the dancers.
You're seeing pictures and videos of that now. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we watched that for a while, and then
there was that old guy that he could
move.
Yeah, he was like in charge of those little kids or something.
Yeah.
He had like
he was like the instructor.
He was teaching them
some kind of mountain dancing.
Hillbilly mountain dancing.
I don't know.
I try not to be offensive, but
I was just thankful they didn't pull me from the audience, because he was pulling people from the audience to go up there and dance. My feet don't move that fast.
That's why.
Stop.
Because you're a bad hip.
So then we decided to walk. There's a path like through the woods, and it takes you to the other side of this hill where the rest of the winery is, and there are several outbuildings over there where you can like rent the building for $2,000 for a tasting, or different venues there where you can buy wine or sit and listen to music. There's another small stage for more entertainment there. Just a truly relaxing place to spend the day.
It's huge.
Yeah, and it's just beautiful.
They have so much traffic that they'd have a sheriff direct traffic.
Parking.
But they have like a shuttle, like a golf cart shuttle that'll take you from the parking lot up to the place, because the place is kind of like up on a hill.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I wish I had my drone. It would have been really neat to fly over that.
It's just beautiful. So we went over to the other side and we shared a bottle of wine, which is unusual because I drink sweet and he drinks dry. So we met in the middle and shared a bottle of wine over there.
I had a little bit.
No. So that was Sunday. Great day. That was a great day. Headed back to camp after that. And then Monday. I've been saying, I won't say nagging, but I've been saying for weeks, I'm dreading the whole health insurance process. We've started investigating what it was going to take for us to get health insurance in retirement, because when you retire from Olean, you don't get health insurance. So we have to buy our own health insurance. So I've been working with somebody in Olean helping us figure out the best plans and policies for our family. And it's hours and hours worth of work, and we're down to the wire now. So we got up Monday morning and we were on the phone for about 3 hours on the phone, on the computer with our person from Olean, trying to get that figured out. But we're heading in the right direction, we think.
I don't know. It's either difficult. It's either a difficult process, which, I mean, the New York State government's involved, so that, or sometimes we take simple things and complicate the heck out of it. And I hope that's not the case. But
no, we just want to make sure we're not overpaying, because you can go insurance poor. You can just sign up for whatever. It doesn't make sense to do that. So we're dotting every I and crossing every T.
Yeah.
So we got up Monday morning to do that. Mm-hmm. Work. So again, it's not all play that we're doing. There's work in
work.
Yeah.
Work.
A lot of work. Well, thank God we retired, so we have time to do this.
Work.
So after we finally decided after 3 hours that was enough, we needed to play. So we headed to Broadway, downtown Nashville.
Broadway is the name of the road.
With I think there's like 30 or 31. I'm not even sure how many bars, restaurants in the strip with live entertainment. If you haven't been there, it's super cool. It's not just one band at each of the places. It's floor after floor of different bands, and even on the rooftops. It's a neat place to go, and I've been looking forward to taking Steve since Julie and I went a couple of years ago, and
I hear all about it. How great it is, and how it's not just country music.
Yeah, my fear was he was going to think it was all country music. Wow. You'll see. Keep watching to the end. You'll see some great videos to prove that it's not all country music.
I might not put all those on.
So, of course, just to ease him into Nashville, make sure that he was comfortable in this new surrounding, this new setting, the very first place we went was...
Oh, Margaritaville.
Of course, Margaritaville.
Yep.
So we went there for margarita.
Yep. We had a margarita and hurricane nachos or whatever they're called.
Yeah, the pile. Yeah.
Pile of nachos. Yeah. I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but the food at Margaritaville is not, 5-star.
No, it's not.
5-star Michelin rating.
But the margaritas are.
But the margaritas are fantastic, especially if you get the perfect margarita. Okay. It's called a perfect margarita for a reason.
I had a water. He had the margarita. That time. So after Margaritaville, again, I was a little gun shy. Like, okay, I got to ease him into these country music venues. So I thought, Kid Rock.
No. To go back, and then I don't listen to the highway, but if you
I'm driving,
if you listen to the highway on Fridays, they have that
Music Girl Happy Hour.
Yeah, the happy hour thing, and it's live from Margaritaville. Mm-hmm. Margaritaville.
So we get to go up and see the studio.
They do it on the second floor, and they got little chairs in the studio or thing there that they broadcast live from. So that's kind of neat to see. I hear it once in a while, but
that's cool up there too. They had like floor to ceiling screens. I'm not gonna say TV.
It's more like a sports bar on the second floor.
Very cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So after we explored there a little bit, we went down the street a little bit to Kid Rock's bar restaurant, which is a massive place. I thought that might ease Steve in a little bit because it's not necessarily country music playing there all the time, but it's definitely higher end, good quality music. Some excellent bands.
But even walking down there, I didn't hear a lot of country music.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I mean, there's a couple a twangy thing here and a banjo thing here, but as far as stuff that mainstream country that you listen to on the highway, I felt bad for you. We really didn't see a whole lot of that.
Right.
But Kid Rock, I like Kid Rock's place.
Yeah, and as you were saying, as you walk down that Broadway, down that street, all of the bar windows and storefronts are wide open, so you can, as you walk by, you hear the music and decide if it's a place you want to go in or not. Yeah. Really like it there because you can go in any place for the entire song. You can go in for the entire set. You can go in for 3 hours. It doesn't matter. And there's no pressure as far as you don't have to go in and buy drink after drink after drink. You can buy a drink if you want, or you can just have water the whole time. So just kind of a neat little side note.
Yeah. You're right. It wasn't what I expected. Mm-hmm. But Kid Rock was cool.
Yeah. You'll see the videos. Out of control singing and dancing.
It wasn't out of control.
Yeah, for you.
It goes back to dancing.
Expression. Yes, you expressed yourself. Okay. So Tuesday.
I like to have fun.
Tuesday we had to work on the insurance again for a little bit in the morning. But then we had plans. We were meeting Lindsay and Tyler in Nashville because, funny as it sounds, they had already planned a week's vacation together there, and it was the same time frame as our time in Nashville, so we made sure we met up with them, and we met them at the farmer's market, just a few blocks off of Broadway, but too far to walk, so we met them there. I've been there before. It's okay. If you were a local person, maybe you wanted to go get fresh produce or something, that would be fine. But there wasn't a whole lot at the farmer's market.
I think it looks like, since we were there during the week, it probably is a weekend, and it was early. But it's probably like a big weekend thing.
Yeah, and we went there a little after 10, so it was early. So my next suggestion was to go from there to Marathon Motor Works, which is just a couple blocks from there too. And do you want to tell them what that was?
So, shoot, I don't have my notes for that, but
it's a car factory.
Right, it was a car factory that made Marathon cars, which I had never heard of, and
from the early 1900s.
Yeah. Actually, I want to say it was the 30s, but I could be wrong.
No, there was some like 1912.
But I have pictures of the cars.
Yeah.
It's really cool. But obviously, I think General Motors finally bought them out. But it's just one, it's not an overly huge building, but they still have a lot of the tools and equipment that they use to make the cars. And I've got pictures and video on that.
So that's how they have the old building set up, almost like a museum. As you walk down the hall, you can see, it was... my memory serves me right, that it was only in operation from 1912 to 1917, so it was just a short period of time that it was in operation. And you walk down the hall and you can see old car parts or the tools that they used displayed with information. So it's like a museum, but then there were several rooms off of each hall that were set up as like specialty shops or candy shops or a winery or a distillery.
Yeah, so they converted into retail.
And what was that, Pickers?
Oh, the American Pickers. Yeah, that was kind of a neat. The TV show American Pickers. The one guy, I can't remember his name. He has a store there, selling stuff. Apparently, he's collected or what have you. And there was a Kendall sign there. I posted this on Facebook too, but there's a Kendall sign there. What do you want? $900 for it? Holy cow!
Sign, yeah. So while we were there, the four of us went to Tennessee's distillery, and we did a whiskey tasting there, and then we went down a little further and we did a wine tasting in that same building, and then after being there for a while, we decided to head to Broadway again. So the four of us went to Broadway. We met at Luke Bryan's place and we had lunch there.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, the music was good. That was more country music then. They were very talented. However, Steve was really not happy.
Well, I just think it's ridiculous. So these people are trying to make it, in music, right? Yeah. So they, take requests, give us requests, we'll play requests. So, Caroline Jones, who I mentioned earlier, she sings the song Gulf Coast Girl, which, reminds me of Lily or whatever, and I like it. It's a good song. She sings it with Buffett and a couple other people. I said, go up, and this girl had a good voice, I go ask her to play that. And mind you, Caroline Jones just played in Old Red. Who owns that?
Lake
Shelton. The prior week, she just played there, and she's not a big headliner.
Who's she open for?
She opens for Zach Brown,
and she played with Jimmy.
And she plays with Jimmy and all that, but she opens and plays in Zach Brown's band. So anyway, she's not a nobody. No, we don't. Never heard of it. Never heard of her. Never heard of the song. Never heard of her. It's like okay, so that's 0 for 1. So a little bit later, I go, I want to hear Back Where I Come From, which, okay, so we're going to step it up a little bit. Mac McAnally sings a version of it. He wrote the song with Kenny Chesney. So he's got a version of it. Kenny Chesney has a version of it. Now, mind you, I'm not a country fan, okay? But this is a song that I like. So I go, I'll go up and ask her this time. So I went up with $20. I go, can you guys play Back Where I Come From? And she kind of looks at me and she goes, I
don't know if I know
who sings that? She goes, oh, Kenny Chesney. I go, yeah. Well, I don't know if you know that one. And I'm thinking, what?
Can you tell he was getting really annoyed?
You asked for requests. and I requested a popular song that Kenny Chesney sings.
You were offering $20.
Offered $20.
Other people were giving her $2 to play any
I didn't know
country,
that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that
any
until
other
after the
country
fact.
song.
So I got mad and I
Dropped in the bucket.
wound up the $20 and I threw it in a bucket and it's like, you need music lessons or something.
Okay.
You need to.
So I could tell it was time to get him out of there and take him back to
But
Kid Rock. So we went back to Kid Rock.
Yeah, that band's cool.
Yeah. That was very good.
Every time both times we were at Kid Rock, the bands playing were really good.
Yeah, we could have stayed there the whole time.
I wanted to. But...
Well, again, you might see in the video, I had to fish him out. Mm-hmm.
The second time we were there, they played. What did they play?
They played REO.
REO Speedwagon. Yeah, Keep On Loving You.
Yeah.
I love that song. They did a nice version of it, and apparently there was a guy there from Loverboy.
Yeah. Oh, what was his name? Dean. Paul Dean.
I can't remember his name, but he was down there watching the band play, and so some guy from Loverboy was there.
Yeah.
Thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But they were good. I could have watched them. The guitarist,
You'll see.
He played great. Just great.
So that wrapped up a fun day with the kids. And we ended up going back to the campground after that and calling that a day. And then Wednesday, we decided we needed a day of rest. We've been on the go. So we did laundry on Wednesday. We made another YouTube video on Wednesday. I actually made some homemade apple crisp.
Excellent. And we cooked it on the Blackstone.
Yep.
And
excellent. I FaceTimed my mom for a long time on Wednesday to go over all of our mail and bills and things that come in the mail, and I got laughing because nowadays we just pay everything online or with our phones, and my mom's opening bill after bill after bill, all the utilities and everything, and she'd say, "What do you want me to do with it?" And I'd say, "Just throw it out." She'd say, "Really?" Just throw it out. Are you sure? Really? Yep, Mom, just toss it. So Mom, Dad, don't worry, we're paying our bills, but we do it all online or they're automatic, so we don't have to actually write a check, put it in the envelope, put a stamp on it, and put it in the mail anymore. And that's kind of really helped with the process of full-time camping, too.
Yeah, I don't want to jump in here, but look at that. It's got a clock there, so we know how long we've been going. I just discovered that.
There's a clock on there? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
22 minutes.
Okay, so let's wrap it up.
No, we got, is that it?
That's it. That's our time in Nashville. You wanted to talk to them about...
somebody asked about how much we're paying for gas and how much it's costing us to do some of this stuff. So gas, on average, it's gone a wide range, but on average, I'd say about $3.20, $3.15.
Yeah.
Right now it's $3.09.
I was going to say $3.07, $3.09.
Yeah. So just some costs.
No, I don't want to hear this.
Yeah, I didn't tell you this.
No.
So how many miles do you think we've driven
since
we left Olean? Now, 2,891.
We have?
Yeah.
And we're only in Alabama.
Well,
we're on the go, honestly, every day.
Right. Now, I'll break that down, okay? So, 1,235 miles, so 1,200 miles is just going to campground to campground to campground, okay?
Yep.
So the other miles, 1,600 miles, are...
sightseeing.
Sightseeing.
Yeah. Yeah, because we don't just stay at the campground. We really venture out, maybe as far as, the one when we went to Mammoth Cave, that was 2 hours away from our campground. Yeah. But typically we try to go maybe 45 minutes.
Right.
In an area.
Right. So, now when I tow, we get about 8 miles per gallon. So, the 1,235 camper miles at 8 miles per gallon, that is 154 gallons of gas times, I did $3.20 a gallon, just average. So that was $490 just from getting to campground. Okay. The other miles, so when I'm not towing, when we're not towing, it's about 13 miles a gallon, roughly. So that comes out to about 127 gallons at $3.20 a gallon. So that's $407. So together we've spent roughly
$900.
Yeah, roughly $900 in gas to get to Alabama.
Yeah. Meandering path to Alabama. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Well, luckily our campgrounds we worked on paying for last year so that we didn't have that expense in this trip.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
The
we're not taking the hit on the campground fees as much because we paid a lot of that ahead of time.
And then honestly, as far as like spending money on eating out, we really don't do that either. We're eating most of our meals right here in the camper and really thinking twice about, not wasting anything, using up leftovers and.
Right. And when we do go out, we try to split meals because she put me on a diet. But that helps to save money too. So
yeah, it's a good balance. But we're having a great time, and
yeah, everything's going good. Knock on wood, the camper's fine, truck's fine.
Yep. Looking forward to our next adventure.
Yep. So.
And we'll be putting that out next week. Our adventures in Alabama.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So that wrapped up Tennessee. We were in Tennessee for 2 whole weeks.
Yeah, Tennessee is a good state.
Yep.
I liked it. Lots of mountains.
Discovering Alabama for about 8 or 9 days. We're in Alabama. So
yep. All right,
that'll come to you next. See you guys.
We're at 26 minutes, so.
Oh, yeah. Cut.
See, she talks. And then tomorrow, I'm going to keep it going. Tomorrow, the Bills play the Jaguars in London, so we have to get up. So we're an hour behind the Eastern, so the game's at 9:30 back home, 8:30 here. So we got to get up early, and we're leaving tomorrow. So we got to start kind of packing up tonight.
Yep.
And then are we going to do a tour of the camper? All right. So after this, stay tuned for a quick tour of the camper if you've never seen it. So we got a couple more subscribers last time. We got some comments. Fantastic. I did get a question. Brandon asked if when the merchandise, the Adventures of Stephen Laurie merchandise comes out.
Christmas.
No, we have to get 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, that's it. Stay tuned for episode 6 coming out next week sometime. All right. See you guys. Miss everyone. Bye-bye.